I'd like to talk to you today about something that a lot of you have been noticing. A lot of things that people seem to be getting almost annoyed by from what I've been noticing. It's something that I'd like to call the nostalgia kick. And when I say kick, I mean a kick to the groin, as it's been excruciatingly painful as these companies are trying to take away our hard-earned money to try and take advantage of us by bringing back something that we appreciate from our childhood. That's the nostalgia kick. Although people are excited and excruciatingly happy that these products, these items, these movies are being brought back in a brand new way, it's still almost painful to see something that you loved as much as you did as a kid being brought back and not as good as you remember them. That's something that I'd like to talk about today. Something that when I was younger I loved more than any other option out there, and now has suddenly randomly been brought back, but instead of being brought back as the exact same thing and its nostalgia kick, it's instead being brought back as something different, but yet the exact same thing. Today, I'd like to talk about the Wonka Corporation with their big Chewy nerds. When I was a kid, we used to have these things at my middle school that were like dances. I don't remember the exact title of them, but what they were sometimes they'd have a TV in the corner, and they'd have Wii with like Just Dance or Mario Kart. And then in the gym, they'd have a DJ playing, and then they'd have these little like groups of people, that would talk amongst themselves. And they'd have like the little button down with like the 3 buttons, and they'd have like little dresses or whatever. Sometimes their moms would let them wear that mascara, in the back of their the hole of makeup in their closet or whatever, just so their kids wouldn't get used to makeup, But this was a time where they would sell concessions, and by concessions I mean things kids would enjoy. Either cans of soda with caffeine in it, or sugar, or pizza that they ordered from Domino's. And at these events were these things called Giant Chewy Nerds. Now, if you are unaware of what Giant Chewy Nerds are/were, these were Giant Chewy Nerds. They had this purple product, they had these smaller little nuggets with different colors, and they were my absolute favorite candy as a kid. I loved these. I would bring money to these dances, when I felt like I was included enough, just so I could buy these things and hopefully bring that package home just enough to be able to get me through the night. I used to love these things, and recently I was at Woodman's and I saw these hanging up. And don't get me wrong, it's very nice to all of a sudden see a candy that you thought was discontinued and never coming back, that used to be your favorite, all of a sudden being brought back. But this time it's a little bit different. Now, instead of having those 4 to 5 colors, they only have 4. And instead of having them as big and chewy on the inside as they did, I've noticed with these ones, the shell of Nerds is definitely harder to bite into. And the actual nugget itself of chewy candy is smaller. I don't remember why I exactly remember so much about this candy, but I do, because it was one of the only things when I was younger that I actually said was one of my favorites. And while I was looking up this candy, I was looking into some articles. And one of the first ones that came up was from Business Wire. And if I'm allowed to read some of it to you, it says for the beginning of the article, like the title, Big Chewy Nerds wins the most innovative new product award in non-candy category at 2018 Sweets and Snack Expo. As I just showed you, the product, this product existed when I was, 14, 13, probably earlier than that. That product was around for a couple years before it ended up being discontinued in, I believe, late 13, 14. So this product has been gone for a couple years, but it's not a brand new product. And for some reason, there's a quote in this article I'd like to read too. It says, We are thrilled and honored to be recognized as the most innovative non-candy product by the NCA, says Daniela Simpson, Director of Non-Chocolate. As we enter into the chewy candy category with our new Big Chewy Nerds, we are giving our fans the opportunity to explore their favorite Nerds flavor in a new way. And we'll continue looking for a big way to excite our customers for years to come. What, Daniela Simpson, are you talking about? These products were around. The only thing that you did was make the chewy part less fun, less there, and you just renamed it by changing one word. It's pretty much the exact same product, but just harder to enjoy. Because unlike actual chewy candies, each of these individual colors are actual different flavors, which is fantastic. I love that. But the fact that you are rebranding it as something that is new and as a new experience for candy lovers of your product, it doesn't make sense because this product already existed. Why? I don't know why I'm getting so upset about this. I really am, for the reason that this isn't a new thing. This really is not a new product. They shouldn't be getting awards from it. They shouldn't be branding it as new. Because if you're a real person who enjoys Wonka and their company, you should recognize that this has been a product before. They're rebranding it in a yellow package instead of a purple package. They changed one word in their title and they removed a color and made the pink color a little bit less red from the original. Fantastic. So good. I don't get why they have to say it's a new experience, it's a new candy, and that this is something they wanted to give their fans of the original Nerds. It's been a thing. I don't get it. I really am just upset at the fact that Wonka thinks they can get away with basically calling us liars because we have experienced this before. It's not new. They're lying to us deliberately when they know this product existed. It's out there on the Candy Warehouse website that this product was able for sale, and they were able to tell us in their description of when can I buy this? Because obviously they didn't have any more. They said, this product is discontinued. Please, write a petition to the company to get it back if you really want it. Something like that. So there is proof out there that there were retailers of this. And I've seen some videos out on YouTube. Not many. Very few I've been able to find from 2013, 2014 about a candy review or talking about the product. I really don't understand why they have to say, oh, this is a new product. That Giant Chewy Nerds product that apparently doesn't exist because this Giant Chewy Nerds was a new product, that product was one of my absolute favorite things as a kid. I never had much money as a kid because for us, unlike a lot of suburban families who got allowance, our allowance was $5 a month and a Happy Meal. That was our allowance, and you know what I did with my allowance? Most likely bought Pokemon cards or candy. There's also another obscure candy that I've been seeing a little bit recently. It's like a sour candy product at this small antique shop / almost amateur professional made metal sculptures. That's what this antique shop was, and it was in biking distance of my house, and it is the only place that I've ever really seen have such an extensive product of these candies in my life. That was pretty much what I spent my money on, Pokemon cards and this one type of candy. And when I could, I would buy the Giant Chewy Nerds, because even when I was younger, I remember seeing them at a Pick and Save or a Walmart. I don't get it. I really don't. And now they're bringing back these products and they're saying they're new. And I don't get it. I used to love the original product. If you're trying to brand this as a new product, fine. But at least keep it to the original quality that they had it before, because this is not the original quality whatsoever. This, in fact, is just taking the original quality, kind of making it less, and then being like, hey, this pretty good product that we just kind of decided it it wasn't up to our standards anymore. Just removing it and then bringing it back with less quality and being like, yeah, this is a brand new product. We can't wait to bring it to our consumers. I don't get it. I will probably never get an answer about this. I will probably never understand why the Wonka Corporation said it was new. And that they entered it into a contest and actually won an award for being a new candy that wasn't in like a chocolate category. It's definitely nostalgia for me. It's definitely something that I care about. Because this was something that I thought I would never get back. And now that it's brought back, I am happy. Do not get me wrong. I am very happy that this product is back so I can feel the same type of joy about this chewy, hard candy from my childhood. But I think the fact that they're lying and saying that it's new just kind of makes me feel like my original candy was just nothing to them. The original thing that I used to love more than any other candy as a kid just didn't exist to them. That's what sucks about nostalgia. You know, they're not branding it as the exact same candy, which I guess it's not. But just the fact that they're hitting at the nostalgia without acknowledging what it's being nostalgic of and kind of lying to their consumers just kind of puts me off edge. I don't know. I don't. It just sucks, you know? If they're gonna do a nostalgia thing, I wish they would just do it. While we're on the topic of nostalgia sweets, I would just like to put this image out there, you know, imagine you're a kid, you get a glass of milk in the morning and you're like, wow, this milk sucks. I wish it was sweeter, but wait, I don't have to have cereal in it like a normal person. I'm gonna use a cereal straw. That's what Fruit Loops cereal straws were. They were fantastic. They had a chocolate one and then like the regular sweet Fruit Loops type. Those were also some of my favorite things as a kid. I used to just eat them out of the packaging. Phenomenal. If you were gonna bring something back, please have it be that, because at least people for sure had documented things, documented memes on the internet, like, hey, if we're gonna bring everything back, might as well bring this back, because those are fantastic. I loved them, and I'm telling you now, the kids who used to eat that product when we were younger now are adults. They have money, they have disposable income. They will buy your product. I'm just saying. So that's my little rant today about big Chewy nerds, giant Chewy nerds, Wonka, bringing back old candy. I don't know. If you remember giant Chewy nerds, tell me about it. Where would you get them? Because I seriously as a kid do not remember seeing them. Mainly I just hope to put this video out there and get an answer as to why they're branding it as new. I know I'll never get that answer, but at least it's a way to put my feelings out there instead of being like, hey, what are you talking about? This doesn't mean anything to me. So at least this is a way of getting out my feelings and being like, hey, here's how I'm feeling. So, I really do appreciate you watching. If you're still here, you must be a sweets lover like me. I really do. I appreciate my sweet, a little bit salty sometimes, you know, Salt Bae. Now that's a real nostalgia for you. If you feel like you know an answer to this, I'd like to know. Please hit me up. I thank you for watching this. I really hope that somebody feels the same way I do. And if you don't, that's fine. I don't know why you're still here, but I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your face. Love you. You look beautiful today. I hope somebody told you that. And I hope to relate to you again